Good afternoon. I'm Clemency. Welcome to my channel for experience sharing. And today is about the Python of logic of if-else statement from scratch. Today, 2022, August 21st, Sunday. Have a nice day. Let's begin. Now, suppose that I want to develop a Python code to get to check whether the blood pressure within the limit. Then with the logic. Of course, you can get some reference, and here my reference is from this website. And it is lucky that you get all the information here. It is a very nice criteria. If your sortotic and your diacritic practice within a certain range, it can give you the guidelines whether it's and they give the comments here, the results. So to copy everything into back to my Emacs. Okay, that I got here. Now the thing is, how can I have all this criteria and develop into your code very quickly, if possible? And that's the beauty of Emacs. First of all, when you decide whether your pressure and the stochastic is greater than a certain level, then you come to this case. If not, come to this case. So it's better to be bottom up, isn't it? With the most serious thing at the beginning, and that is the beauty of Emacs, that you can reverse it, reverse the reason that you get restrict. Okay, and then here I get rid of all the tab. I don't like the tab, and maybe comma. I get all the commas here, and that is criteria, right? That is the results, and that is the criteria. And then you remove the criteria at the beginning, and that is results, right? And so if higher than x180, that means this is two values. One is stochastic, the other is diacritic, and that is, I call it S because my English is poor and I could not pronounce it correctly. So I put S to the greater than and 100. Of course, you have to make sure this kind of thing, but I would, for the first trial, I make it equal first, okay? And when I AND OR, I think that the logic is it's funny. You should not use AND OR to indicate much the OR, because either one of them would have a problem, okay? There should be OR, and then the result will be here, right? So the first level, and the other next level is that come to here and stay true, and so here come to here. Got another condition, and then here we got S is greater than 140 or higher, okay, and OR, retain the OR, and 90, and when D is greater than 90, and the comments or the results is this line, and the next one is here. And I, the website, the people are not very with a sense of IT, because that you shouldn't write 139, because if you can forget it 139, because if it's just above 39 already in this level, isn't it? So here I can S and O here, and I got a D. You can forget it 89 because it's already covered in this line, right? So forget about it, and that's results, and that's elevated. Again, you can forget about 129 because it's already covered here. Okay. So here like that, and AND. I think it's also funny because the AND of D is less than 80. You don't need it, right? Because here, greater than 80, less than 80 already covered. So here is that, like this, and AND. Now, because if the D is already greater than 80, it would already fall into this line, so it shouldn't come down here. So the AND here is really useless. Okay, and the less normal. Normal is, and also this line also no use. Less than the 120 now, actually, if you come down from your if else statement already come down here, it should be normal. Okay, now and highlight everything that I write something and I call it the P region to F. Okay, put if statement here, and okay, and then check with this one. If F is greater than, if F is greater than the 180 or D is greater than 120, then you wrote like this, and this okay. So I think it should be okay, right? Anything wrong? No, I think okay, because it is so great that it will be 180, or D is greater than 20, it will be here, and that will be okay, right? So I can test it, and okay, retain everything, and then you bring it into the subroutine. Subroutine old term I call it depth, right? The CT, the depth I call it blood pressure. And it's called S and D, the parameter. And then you highlight the whole thing, and then tap in, and the last statement, of course, is return. Okay, then you have the main, and then the main I call it and then the main. Okay, so the main here, and the main I call it print. Result is what? Print result. The result is what? And the result equal to the blood pressure, right? S D. And what is the S and D? S and D simple. We import a statement here. Import random, and S equal to random. Rand int, and that from the pressure maybe from 100 all the way to 200, right? And D equal random. Actually, don't need to do this. You should use full use of Emacs possibility of shortcut, and that will be from, I would say, 60 and 200, maybe 150, right? So we get an S and D, the random number, and I can print results. Okay, and that's what is not good, and so you say the print. So that's the S D result, and the result is the result here. Run. So okay, the S 126. The result high blood pressure stage to check whether correct. Okay, 126 is not greater than this one, right? And here is also not greater than this one, fall into this one. And that 126 greater than this? No. But this one, okay, or so the D 117, so it's stage 2, correct, right? And the next one, we try another one. The S 170, oh, no choice. That should be here. Should be stage 2 or stage 1, depend on D, right? Now the D too high, so you consult the doctor immediately and try again. And 133 should be this level, 128, okay, but again stage 2, sorry. And then this one normal, right? Because 108 all the way fall down here, and the D is all the way fall down here. Left hand here, and I think there's something to call it elevated. Yeah, you're less than 7, actually that is all the way down here, it goes something. Okay, so it works. But I'm sorry here, yeah, I made some mistakes here. I should have, yeah, I got a bit messed up, but the logic is correct, right? And no, because I messed up here when I convert here at the left and actually and that elevated, so this should be elevated, and this should be elevated. Okay, that's it, and this is the logic, but of course that's another way though, because that is too long. I may use it away, but that will be talked about it tomorrow. In the meantime, okay, thank you for listening, and I just want to show that how strong Emacs in writing Python code. Okay.